It kicked off a little later than I would have liked, but regardless of the time, Big Brother 26 is finally here, and with it comes 16 new players to closely watch and observe over the next 3 months. Right off the bat, I'm feeling really good about this cast, and based on the small amount that we've been shown, I genuinely think that we could have an all-time season in store for us. Obviously, we can't know that for sure, but I'm seeing a bunch of rock stars, and the potential is through the roof. Consider subscribing to start the season right, as I'll be uploading twice a week for the entirety of Big Brother 26, and without further ado, here is my assessment of the Big Brother 26 cast and my predictions for the season as a whole.
Here it is, moment of truth. Who am I gonna see? The super hot Greek Adonis who's gonna crush all the comps. Sorry, dude. This season's already got one.
Quick disclaimer before we begin, things are changing left and right in this house, probably as I'm speaking right now. I've tried to keep this as up to date as I could by recording this on Sunday night, but if there's any outdated information, I hope you can understand why. I also didn't say who won the power of veto, just in case any of you are episode watchers and don't want to be spoiled until Wednesday. Okay, that's all I have to cover, now we can start. Kicking things off, Rubina seems larger than life, in spite of her 4'9" frame. Like, the energy is emanating off of her, and it doesn't seem performative either, which leads me to believe that she will be a ton of fun to watch on the season. She's been doing decent work in the house, however, she needs to solidify a strong core group before it's too late. She's got a lot of potential energy, but she needs to do something with it, otherwise she might get left out of the big power alliances.
I am always the life of the party. I just emanate that energy, apparently.
Coming in with the largest social media following of the bunch, we have Cam. Cam's very athletic. Strategically, he's got his eyes on the prize, and he too has already been included in Angela's mega 9-person group. He has obvious winner upside, and it looks like he could be a part of a power trio with Chelsie and Cedric. However, he's likely always going to be seen as a huge competitor, so if he's not careful at managing his threat level, I could see him being picked off at any point. But as it stands now, Cam is one of the top contenders.
I have my crystals and I like to meditate. I'm very much in my zen, but I'm very competitive. And you put anybody in front of me, I'm gonna win.
Makensy is up next, and truth be told, I was so wrong about Makensy. What I thought could be an upgraded Big Brother 20 Angela is instead looking to be a lot more Paloma-coded. It's only been a couple of days, so there's still time for her to rebound, but she's currently targeting the HOH, which is not the thing you want to be doing, and she's putting a target on herself with her paranoia. She's also got a big target because people see her and Matt as a duo, and while she does have the physical ability to win a competition to save herself, and she does have America's veto currently in her possession, that's not a long-term solution, and something needs to change if she wants to survive early on.
If I need to use a man will be used.
Up next we have Joseph, and I love Joseph's energy. I couldn't stop cracking up at how much he was swearing in the premiere, and I think him being a funny and likable guy will do wonders for him in the house. Originally, it looked like Joseph was Angela's #1 ally, but then it seemed like Angela started getting worried about Joseph, and now I'm hearing that he might even be put up as a replacement nominee. Joseph could be in a good spot, or he could be nominated by the time this comes out. I don't know. However, I think he started a good working relationship with Chelsie, and his position should still be one of the better ones in the house, as long as he doesn't blow his own game up. I'm unsure exactly where Joseph is going to land, but I see him having a lot of potential upside.
This summer, instead of saying be kind, rewind, I'm going to say no doubt, I'm voting your ass out.
For the second season in a row, we have been blessed with an older woman casting choice with Angela, and Angela is cracked. Her fun mom exterior was actually hiding a no-nonsense destructive demon inside of her because she got the HOH and then went crazy with the power. Although she did do a good job initially in forming so many tight connections with the players, she has completely drawn a line in the sand with Matt. People are starting to see Angela a bit differently because of it, and I think she could be in a lot of danger after this week. It looks like 3 of the people she's nominated are going to survive the week, and they could be coming after her with a vengeance. So I'm really curious to see if the defenses Angela set in place for herself this week will actually stand strong when she's not in power.
I'm not like normal moms. Like, I'm a cool mom. Whose mom is this?
The first Indigenous house guest since the 50% BIPOC mandate came in, we have Kimo. Kimo is definitely one of the most big brother knowledgeable players in the house, and if he can disguise that and not be seen as a threat, but rather be seen as a fun and trustworthy guy, Kimo could go the distance. However, he currently seems to be on the outs and looks like he's going to be nominated as a pawn. While it could be worse, you know what they say about pawns, so he needs to go into overdrive in order to secure his position before it's too late.
People will think that I'm not a threat at all. Big Brother 26, here's your winner.
For someone who isn't allowed to compete for HOH, veto, or vote in the first week, Chelsie is actually doing really well for herself. Not only is she avoiding being nominated in a week where she should be the easy choice, she's also ingrained herself socially with both sides of the house and has solidified herself into multiple core groups. It's one of the best spots that you could be in to start the game out, and I don't think she'll be leaving anytime soon if she can keep this up.
I'm half hood, half holy. People are gonna be like, what happened to sweet little Chelsie? A game happened, okay?
Up next we have Tucker, and Tucker is very confusing to me. He's physically one of the best suited players in the house, but he nonchalantly completed that first competition, which almost resulted in him getting the downgrade. He seems super social, but is purposely staying out of any alliance making throughout the first couple of days. Normally, that's a horrible thing to do, but it's kind of working out for him? Like, I'm actually really confused right now. He's definitely someone that could find success in the game if he starts picking up the pace, but if he's so laid back the whole way through, then he could be talking to Julie sooner than we think.
Yeah, some single ready to mingle, baby.
I wouldn't be surprised if I was the first person to get into a shaman.
Up next we have Quinn, my beloved. Quinn is currently the player I have my eyes on this season. He's already started off on the right foot by winning an upgrade, and I honestly see him being a low-key comp beast. He's aligned himself with Leah. He's aligned himself with Angela. He's aligned himself with Matt. He is good with everybody in the house, and he keeps being brought into more groups. But, most importantly, he watches my videos. Quinn has everything he needs to go the distance, and I'm very excited to watch him do so.
Being 5'6", I need help reaching the top shelf time to time. So I hope there's some like WNBA stars in the house. You know, taller the better.
Coming into the game, I didn't have a lot of faith in Brooklyn. And I'll admit that a lot of that had to do with the fact that she was Aaron's friend. However, in a game sense, she's surprising me because she's doing quite well. She's made a mom final 2 deal with Angela before the feeds even came on, so she won't be going anywhere this week, and she's made bonds with players on all sides of the house. I'm unsure about her win equity currently, but come on, it's like day 5. So many things will change, and I'm curious to see where Brooklyn's position ends up once the early game dust settles.
We don't shoot for second, so you gotta be a little classy, sassy, and badassy.
Storage Room Matt has certainly made his presence known in the house because he does not stop talking. Matt spent his first couple of days trying to build alliances and then went on to tell everyone about said alliances, and he's collected quite a few enemies along the way. Tucker, Cedric maybe, I don't know, there's been a lot to keep track of, but most importantly, Angela. Angela went off on Matt in front of everybody on Saturday morning. And since Angela is the HOH, Matt is more than likely going to be the replacement nominee if the veto is used. Regardless, he does have a few loyal allies, and he does have the potential to win his safety in the AI arena. But if things continue in the way that they look to be, I see a pre-jury exit in his future.
It's not a single competition that I really don't believe I cannot win.
All day, come on, let's go!
Lisa is someone who I thought would be a ton of fun to watch, as her personality was one that potentially had icon written all over it. However, in a game sense, I'm not too sure that Lisa's gonna fare very well. She's nominated week 1 and could be in trouble if the competitions pan out the wrong way this week. On top of that, Tucker's got a feud with her, meaning that even if she does survive the week, there are still people who could go after her. I'm optimistic about Lisa being able to rebound, and I want her to stay for many, many weeks, but in terms of winner potential, I feel that her chances are trending downwards.
I bring the energy, I bring the vibe. That's why I coined the term vibe curator.
There's edible glitters.
Up next, we have Leah, and if you have not already discovered the goldmine of Leah's Twitter, get on that, because it's great. In the game, Leah is being included in pretty much every single group, and she's pretty much a lock to survive this first week. My only worry is that I feel like a lot of the house is unsure where Leah truly lies, because she's seemingly really close to Makensy and Matt, and I don't think it's the best thing for her if she's associated with them as a trio. But if she can figure that situation out, or if I'm completely wrong about that being a bad thing, then Leah will be someone to look out for and has endgame written all over her.
I really just want a girl to win. I can't even believe a guy has ever won Big Brother ever.
Up next, we have Cedric, the youngest player in the house, and I really like Cedric. He's lively and fun, and just like Chelsie, I'm impressed with how he's overcome the ridiculous disadvantage he was given at the beginning of the game. He's included in Angela's initial group, and it's looking like he's got a trio with Cam and Chelsie. But at the same time, he's not really vibing with Matt, and he could be in trouble if the power fell into the wrong hands. I'm hopeful that Cedric can make it far, and I'm excited to see him play, but only time will tell.
I might need an older lady to kind of come in and save the day, pick me up. However, it's not going to interfere with my game. Like, baby, I just met you.
T-Core has been playing the game very passively to start things out, but it's not biting her in the butt too hard at the moment, similar to Tucker. She's safe for now, however, I am worried that she's not being included in many super solid groups. She still has time, and I could see her thriving if she can lock something down, but time is ticking, and this is a deadline that she does not want to miss. There are still many targets out in front of her, but she could certainly be a pawn that goes home in the upcoming weeks if the main target earns safety in the AI arena.
My aim is to weave my way through the Big Brother house to win this competition.
And lastly, we have the undercover cop, Kenney. Kenney is not in a good spot to start the game off. Nobody really trusts him. People are already clocking that he may have had a history in law enforcement. He's not being included in many of the strategic plans, and he's currently Angela's target. He does seem like a genuine dude that just hasn't opened up enough to those that he needs to. But I think Kenney is going to have an uphill battle in the early game, even if he does survive this first week.
You're going to Big Brother! I'm going to do a backflip. I can't do a backflip, but I'm going to the Big Brother house, baby.
So, now that we've gone over the 16 new house guests, here is my initial ranking of the players. For my winner pick, I'm locking in on Quinn. His position is incredible, and I have all the faith in him. The other house guests that I see as strong contenders for the crown are Chelsie, Cam, Leah, and Cedric, but he's teetering back and forth for me right now. On the next tier down, the players I think could have good potential, but I either need to see more from them or I need to see how their decisions this week impact them, are Joseph, Tucker, Brooklyn, Rubina, and T-Core. Going down a tier, the players I think that could be on the verge of danger are Lisa, Angela, Kimo, and Makensy. And lastly, the two players that I think are actually in the danger zone are Kenney and Matt.
It's awesome, Matt. Thank you. Crazy eyes. You have freaking crazy eyes.
And now, here are just a few overarching predictions I have for the season. My predicted compies for the season are going to be Cam, Makensy if she can survive, and Quinn, unless he throws competitions, which he should. My prediction for first boot was always going to be Kenney, even before the feeds turned on, so let's see if I'm right. My prediction for first juror is a tough one, because it's so hard to predict who's going to be in 11th place, but I'm going to go with Kimo. My final two prediction is going to be Quinn and Leah. I'm telling you, this is happening, and I'm locking it in. My prediction for AFP is a tough one, but I'm going to cautiously lock in Cedric as my pick. And now, my last prediction is for how I think the season is going to turn out. Is it going to be a good season? A bad season? An unwatchable season? Well, maybe I'm being too naive, and maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit too early, but it already seems like there's a lot of fun dynamics at play going on, and I could see this season being a battlefield of excitement. I think we actually have an incredible season of Big Brother in store for us, and I'm crossing my fingers, toes, legs, and everything else in the hopes that I'm right.
I am actually BBAI.
And there we go. Please remember that we're only a handful of days into the season, so everything that I said here is based on crumbs, and I could be completely wrong with 90% of what I said. For all I know, Kenney could be totally safe in running the house at this point. Who friggin' knows? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I, of course, need to give that extra special shout out to all of my YouTube members and patrons who would assuredly be at the top of my list if they were ever on the cast. And, as always, here's a clip for you on your way out.
All I know is if it came down to mano, I would whoop his ass. I am not the least bit intimidated by that dude. He came into the bathroom when I was